Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 20 May 2021, Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Must be time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and it is. We have another huge knife selling extravaganza for you tonight. Before we get into the meat of the sale, a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, if especially you are new to this weekly sales event, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a few moments. I'm also going to reprint them in the description underneath this video. Lots of valuable and crucial information in the description. At the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first is to my Primer for Buyers video. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So if you're new, please watch that. It will make things go much more smoothly for everyone. The second link is to my FAQs for consignors if you're interested in moving along some of your collection using this sale. That video explains how it all works from the consignor's perspective. The third link, as always, will be to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So yes, those 3 links at the top of the description, then the terms of the sale, and below all that at the bottom, you'll find the list of tonight's inventory complete with timestamps and pricing. On the pricing column, the number to the left of the slash is your as shown price. The number to the right is your as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service price. There will be no next day sharpening this week, as tomorrow, Friday the 21st, I will be at a racetrack with the VFR, so I will not be sharpening tomorrow. So expect your sharpened knives to ship in about 4 weeks, and I will reflect that in all my acknowledgement emails. Okay. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing in the price column, that means that knife is bought and paid for by someone else. No need to send an I'll take it email about that. I think that's about it for housekeeping. Let's get you the terms up on the screen. We'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Let's see, we have no leftovers from last week, so we're going to jump right into the fresh stuff tonight. First up, from Zero Tolerance Knives, ZT, we have a modern classic, guys. This is the ZT0562 CF, the Rick Hinderer designed titanium frame lock with steel lock face insert, ball bearing flipper mechanism, that Hinderer spiral flat slicer grind. This blade is in CTS 204P super stainless steel from Carpenter. You got the stonewashed titanium frame, black deep carry clip, ball bearing pivot, steel inserted lock face. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Blade centering on the money. Condition on this knife is near mint to like new. No box, however. And just so you know, no death lock with fingers on lock bar when you flip that knife open. Still a nice robust detent though. Superb example. Your price on this one, I don't think you can buy a new one for anywhere near this price. Probably have a hard time buying a nice used one for this. $175 like it is. 200 with an Apostle P edge. That is the ZT0562 CF. Next up, we got another ZT. This one designed by Dmitry Sinkovich, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. It is the ZT0450, the all titanium version, which I tend to prefer in this model. It is a titanium frame lock knife, steel inserted lock interface. Got the longish clip that sort of keeps you from putting pressure on the lock bar when you open it, which is a valuable thing on a knife this small. It is a ball bearing flipper, and it does like to, it's got a very robust detent, guys. You're going to want to keep those fingers back on the clip, not on the lock bar. Blade steel on this one, S35VN. There is your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Nice smooth action. Centering is very close to perfect. And again, flipping action, superb as long as you keep your fingers back on the clip, not on the lock bar. Condition is going to be near mint to like new with no box. This one's a bargain, guys. 115, 115 like it is. 135 if you want it with an Apostle P edge. That is the ZT0450 Ti. Next up, man, for those of you who appreciate knife history, sort of the icons of the knife world, this one is going to appeal to you. I think when you look at the milling on that hard anodized aluminum handle and the shape of the handle, you're going to know who designed it. Yeah, it's a Darrell Ralph design produced by Meyerco. Man, what a great old company that produced some Blackie Collins designs, some Darrell Ralph designs, and they did it low dollar, very high value, very well made knives. This one is a button lock automatic, but it features a pretty cool button mechanism. Notice there's no visible safety, but what you do to open this is you slide that button forward and then push in, and out she flies. Pretty cool mechanism. And the same thing to close, so slide forward and push. Very cool. The blade is going to be 154 cm, 4 inches in length. A very gorgeous Darrell Ralph drop point, I guess we're going to call that. No really discernible clip. Maybe not. DLC coated blade is the 18 X-Ray from Meyerco. Combo edge. So a 4-inch blade backed up by a 5-inch handle. Lockup is rock solid. You saw the action, it's perfect. Centering is going to be right down the money. This is near mint to like new with no box. Don't know pricing on these. I think this knife's been sitting in the case for quite a while. But this one can be yours. Just a good one to tuck away. Great conversation piece. For 80 bucks. $80 like it is 100 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That's the Meyerco Darrell Ralph 18 X-Ray. Next up, we have a duplicate of a knife we sold last week from Buck Knives. This is the Buck Impact Auto. You've got a 4.5-inch handle, hard anodized aluminum with Track Tech inserts, deep carry right hand tip up pocket clip, button lock automatic with safety. Now the one we sold last week, the safety had very little to no detent. This one is operating properly. There is your automatic opening action. Got a spear point blade with a deep top swedge, kind of a false edge grind. S30V is your blade steel. Blade length 3 1/8, handle 4 1/2. Did that fail to lock open? I think it did. Yeah. It might want a little lubrication in the pivot. Okay, a little quick edit for some pivot lubrication. And we got her to fire and lock open reliably now. So we're going to call this knife Like New, No Box. They are discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, web price was about $179, $175, I think. This one can be yours for $100. $100, like new, no box. On the Buck Impact, $120 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. Next up, got kind of a mystery knife. This is from Paragon Knives Asheville Steel. I don't know the model. It must be a rather old one because I couldn't even find any discontinued retail listings for it, and it doesn't show up on Paragon's website. But here's what it is. It is a button lock automatic, 4 11/16 of beautifully satin finished, then hard anodized aluminum. Most of the hard anodized aluminum auto knife handles you're going to see have a fine bead blast under the ano, and this is a gorgeous longitudinal satin. Very nice. Button lock automatic. The blade is a chisel ground 3 3/8 inch Tanto blade with DLC coating. Blade steel is S30V. Beautifully made knife. Rock solid lockup. Blade centering is kind of an interesting issue because of the way the blade's ground. It might be pretty close, but all the grind is off the left side of the blade as you're looking at it. So it really looks like it's riding the right side of the blade well, but I think it's kind of on the money. So the action's great, the lockup is rock solid. Condition on this is going to be near mint to like new, no box, and I don't know what it is. I would imagine it sold for like $250 when it was new. It can be yours if you're into Paragon Asheville Steel knives for $150. $150 like it is, $175 if you like it with an Apostle P edge. Pretty cool knife. Next up, another duplicate of a knife we sold last week. It comes in the ballistic nylon pouch with MOLLE compatible attachment system. It is a US made Gerber soldier blade. It is the Gerber 06 Auto. A decidedly Almar Sear handle type, wouldn't you say? Hard anodized aluminum with some milled traction. You got a safety. Operates well. The automatic action is slow, deliberate, and reliable. Lockup is, you can muscle a little bit if you let the button loose, it locks up really tight. But if you have your thumb on the button when you're checking for blade play, it has some. Imagine that. Okay, there we go. Blade centering is down the middle. Got a little hardened steel backspacer back there for some impact action. 3 5/8 blade, 5-inch handle. Combo edge Tanto, very robust, DLC coated. Near mint to like new, no box, with sheath. Web pricing on this model at your favorite online retailer is going to be $180, or just buy this one, $110. $135 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Gerber 06 Auto. We'll put it back in his little home. Next up, another Gerber. This one is the Applegate Fairbairn Covert in Auto version. So that gorgeous Applegate Fairbairn sort of coffin style handle with the parkerized clip is fashion of hard anodized aluminum. You got a button lock automatic, safety that works perfectly. Got a DLC blade in S30V, 3 11/16 inches in length. The handle is 4 15/16. This one does have a bit of vertical play. Not going to affect the security of the lock, but it's just that the tapered button sort of runs out of travel in the notch. So not going to fold on you, but it's got a little vertical play. Side play, not so much. Centering is pretty doggone nice. Automatic action is squared away. Condition on this one is near mint to like new with no box. Web pricing on these, if you want to buy a brand new one, is going to be $150 at your favorite retailer. Or just buy this one, $70. 70 like it is, 90 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Gerber Covert Automatic. Next up, from the Benchmade Knife Company, Oregon City, Oregon, we have an iconic small automatic. This is the Benchmade 3550 Pardue automatic, designed by Pardue. Coffin shaped, hard anodized aluminum handle, spine mounted safety, button lock auto. Beautiful little blade, 154 cm spear point with a false grind on the top. Blade steel's 154 cm, blade length is 3 inches. Gorgeous stonewash on that. Got the painted Emerson style clip, tip down a right hand carry. Blade centering is, well, it's Benchmade close. Automatic action, squared away, 0 blade play. Condition on this one, near mint to like new with no box. These are discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $199 web pricing. This one can be yours, $150 on what may now be a piece of Benchmade history. $150 like it is, $170 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Benchmade 3550 Pardue Auto. Next up, we have twins. We actually sold one of these last week. We got 2 more this week. And they're going to be in your inventory as Kershaw Launch 5 number 1 and Kershaw Launch 5 number 2. There is no distinction, guys. I could find like no difference in these knives. Let's see. Make sure I don't hit each other. I'm going to deploy them both at the same time. Yeah. Ernest Emerson designed. Whoops. Did I have a fail to launch on that? That's the one I did with my wrong hands. No problem. No issues. Okay. Ernest Emerson designed clip point blade, very Emerson-y handle, milled hard anodized aluminum. Okay. Just making sure they're locking open reliably. That is a little bit of an issue with the launch series. But yeah. Red button, no safety. Blade centering on both is squared away. Well, sort of. They're both off to the same side by the same amount. They're just favoring the right ever so slightly. Both knives are like new, no box. And we're not going to break the bank. $60 each. 80 sharpened. Kershaw Launch 5 number 1 and Launch 5 number 2. Next up, we have another set of twins. Kershaw Launch 6 number 1 and Kershaw Launch 6 number 2. So these are also button lock autos. CPM 154 blades, DLC coated, black hard anodized aluminum handles with the red button. They both have excellent action. They both have 0 blade play. As with most launches, or some launches, you kind of got to be mindful to get your finger off the button, as these are opening, or sometimes they won't lock open. So yeah, that's why they're not $150 automatics. So the distinction between Launch 6 number 1 and Launch 6 number 2 in this video is that number 1's going to have number 1 on the left as perfect centering. Number 2, the blade is off just ever so slightly. So they're both about the same knife, but just keep that in mind. Number 1 perfect centering, number 2 not quite. Your price on these? $55 each, $75 sharpened. That's Kershaw Launch 6 number 1 and Kershaw Launch 6 number 2. Next up, another set of twins from Kershaw. These are the Launch 2 number 1 and the Launch 2 number 2. They're both like new, no box. They're both perfect. Snappy deployment. No lockup issues whatsoever on these. They snap tight every time. Stonewashed CPM 154 blades. Got sort of a low saber grind on these. Black card anodized aluminum frames, red deployment buttons. Both of these have perfect action, perfect lockup, and perfect centering. Both like new, no box. Your price? $55, 75 sharpened. Kershaw Launch number 2, number 1, and Launch 2, number 2. Okay, that's it for now for auto knives. Time to move into some fixed blades. First up, from Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan, USA, we have a Bark River Aurora Scandi. Pretty cool knife. Very luxurious pancake style leather sheath with a rare earth magnet in the bottom just to make sure that blade's not going to shake out of there. Got a fire steel loop, and here's the knife. The Aurora Scandi has a 4 9/16 inch blade, a 4 13/16 inch handle. It is the Bark River Scandi Vex. Now I've actually sharpened this one for the customer, and my edge is pristine everywhere but the place he put the nick in it, which is right there above my thumb. So it's an extremely sharp Scandi Vex edge. There's one tiny little nick that will barely catch your thumb. Just so you know. A2 is your blade steel. Handles are black canvas micarta with red liners. So we're going to say this is near mint with an Apostle P edge, ding noted. So I am going to offer you a sharpening price. I wouldn't, just so you know. This model is out of stock everywhere right now. When it was available, web pricing was about $220. This one can be yours for $185 with an Apostle P edge, ding noted. $185 like it is, $205 if you'd like me to sharpen out that ding. That is the Bark River Aurora Scandi. Next up, what a cool knife this is. From Foundry Gear. From Foundry Gear, we have the Firecraft 4, which is produced by White River Knives. And I keep saying I'm going to get up there and visit those guys and do some video. I never have done it. So here is the knife. Very squared away, Kydex sheath, melted edges, fire steel loop. The elastic cord on the fire steel retains it in the loop. Very cool. Tech lock attachment. How does that work? I don't know. Great thumb snap or thumb ramp to push the sheath off the knife. And look at that beautiful thing. gorgeous tumble polish, a lot like a Victorinox, believe it or not. CPM 3V is going to be your blade steel. Blade length is 4 inches. The handle in orange G10 is 4 13/16. Great finger grooves. Little divot for your bow drill. Nice lanyard loop. Super nicely made knife. This is wearing my edge, and it's got very little use on it since I sharpened it. So we're going to call this near mint in box with an ApostleP edge. These are out of stock right now, at least in the orange G10. I think I found some canvas micarta ones in stock, but price on them new was between $240 and $250. This one can be yours with my edge, near mint in box, $200. $200 on the White River Foundry Gear Firecraft 4. Next up, man, this is a cool knife. Those of you who are part of the syndicate are going to be interested in this. Now, this is actually in the wrong box, but it does come with all of its original paperwork. So I think this used to be an LT Wright box. That's not what's in here, though. What we have is a Vehement Knives Kopis Designs Oxus. So this is made by Matt Martin, Vehement Knives, designed by John Blotzis of Kopis Designs. Warranty paperwork is included. Okay. So it's in the wrong box, but it's got all of its original documentation. Included with the knife is this beautiful Jenna Martin designed and built skin bender leatherwork sheath. These are so cool. They're completely ambidextrous. They have a belt splitting snap loop system, or belt loop splitting. So when you put this on your belt, you do it with a belt loop in between and never moves. And then you have this leather flap to protect your knife from the snap, so they can make them tight as they should be without risking the back of that snap digging into your knife handle. Such a great design. Inside comes the knife, and here it is. A light acid stone wash over a bead blast. Beautiful harpoon clip. Blade length is 5 3/4. The handle length, the sub hilt handle, is 5 1/4. The handle scales are sort of a distressed finish black linen micarta. Got a brass lanyard, hollow pins, and in the hand, whether you're back in the sub hilt or whether you sneak forward into the forward choil, superb. Blade steel is CPM 3V. Just a beautiful piece of work. Let's see. Couldn't find one with this exact hardware configuration currently listed for sale. But it would have been about $320 new, probably at DLT. This one can be yours for $250 like it is. And then if you want it with an ApostleP edge, you add $30, so $280 sharpened on the Vehement Knives Kopis Design Oxus. Next up, I'm not quite sure how to say this. Schondsgn, perhaps? SCHONDSGN. Well, they sell pens. This is the Schondsgn, I think that's how you say it, I'm guessing. 02BL Classic black aluminum pen. So let's take a look at it. Looks pretty simple. What I like about it is the closed form factor. Just 4 inches in length closed. Hard anodized black aluminum body, stainless steel clip, screw cap, and then the cap has about 2 threads to screw onto the top for securing it. Now the length when open is 5 5/8. It uses a Fisher replacement insert. This is running a medium black right now. It is near mint in box. And this is kind of cool, I think. Instead of the body screwing apart to get the refill out, there's just a brass screw in the end. It just comes right out the top. Pretty cool. I think this was $80 new, what my consignor paid for it, and you can't really tell it from new, and it does come with a box. Your price, $45. $45 for the Schondsgn 02BL Classic Pen. Next up, from Chris Reeve Knives, Think Twice. Cut once, we have a small Inkosi. This one produced July 28th, 2016 in the new hardness spec of S35VN 59-60 Rockwell. My consignor says he used it a little bit, but frankly, I can't tell. I don't find a snail trail. I don't know if that clip has ever rubbed up against anything, but wow, pretty doggone clean. Very little thumb wear on the blue anodized thumb studs. It does have a replacement lanyard. And there is your beautiful little Inkosi blade. Let's see, the lockup's rock solid, and the blade centering is perfect, and the action is better than my right hand says it is. It's pretty good. Let me try with my left hand here. Yeah, there, dig it, dig it. So it's very nice, very smooth and hydraulic as you expect a Chris Reeve knife to be. What did I do, bleed on it? Golly, I bled on it. I stuck one of those auto knife tips right in my end of my finger. Go ahead and laugh. No, go ahead. Okay. There we go. So we're going to say near mint in box on the small Inkosi. Current retail web pricing on this model is $375. This one can be yours. $325. The Chris Reeve small Inkosi. $345 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. Next up, I teased you guys rather cruelly yesterday on this one. From Microtech Knives, we have the Ultratech Tanto Edge Bounty Hunter in Apocalyptic Standard. Yes, we do. Holy moly, holy moly. Yes, it looks like you tied a string on it and dragged it behind your truck, because that's how they make them. What was that bounty hunter's name? Was it Boba Fett, perhaps? Look at that. Look at that. There's your Tanto blade. Now, I think this is M390, but good luck proving it. It was made August of 2017. I think those were the M390 days. They don't mark these with steel type. The blade is sterile. Button effort, medium firm, 100% reliable. Makes a good noise, doesn't it? I'm calling this like new in box, because who could tell if it wasn't, really? But yeah, it's righteous. They're out of stock. When they were in stock, they sold for $332. This one can be yours, $290, $290, $320 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Microtech Ultratech TEBH Apocalyptic. Next up, from Spyderco, by way of bento box, we have a royal blue-handled paramilitary 2 with, geez, my right hand, guys, is just not working today. A blade of Bowler M390 Super Steel. This has kind of a hydraulic action. You might work on that a little bit. Not exactly a drop free, but nice action. Perfect blade centering. Lock up, rock solid. Condition like new in box. Oh, I gotta flip the page. Gotta flip the page. They're out of stock right now at Bento Box. What? When they were in stock, they were $218. Probably will be again. Your price on this one? $195. $195 like it is, $220 if you'd like it with an ApostleP Edge. That's in your inventory of Spyderco Para 2 Blue M390. Next up, another one from Spyderco. Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's another Para 2. I got stuff falling into my shot. It's a classic. Digital camo scales. Black clip, black hardware. Black DLC coated blade. S30V. Again, not quite drop free, but smooth, hydraulic, squared away action. Blade centering down the middle. Lock up, rock solid. Condition like new, in box, like new, in box. See if it's ever cut anything. Not according to my fingertips. Yeah, it's a beauty. This configuration of the Paramilitary 2 is currently out of stock. What? That should never happen. Current map pricing on this knife, though, when it is in stock, is $168. This one can be yours like new in the box. Beautiful example. $135. $135 like it is. $155 with an ApostleP Edge. It's in your inventory of Spyderco Para 2 Digi DLC. Okay, time for the traditional slip joint pocket knife portion of tonight's sale. First up, we have a Titty cutlery from Great Eastern Cutlery. Lyle's Lick Creek Boys Knife. I'm sorry, that'd be Lyle's Lick Creek Boys Knife. Because in the South, we don't say creek, we say creek. Model number 142216 in rust red camel bone. So the first run of the 14 Lick Creek Boys Knife, and I've never seen one in this cover. Rust red camel bone, all steel construction, including liners and bolsters. Blade set is going to be a long pull cut swedge spear point and a pen. Both blades are right down the middle of the blade wells. Pull weight 6.5, I'll say. Walk and talk is perfect. Condition like new in the tube. I did not look up how many of these they made, but I don't think it was a big number. This is probably too cheap. Your price $160, $160, then $185 if you want it with an ApostleP Edge on both blades. And that's in your inventory as GEC Titty number 14. Sorry about my sump pump. I have no idea why it's running. I better look into that. 160 like it is, 185 with an ApostleP Edge. Next up, it is another GEC, another Titty, another Lyle's Lick Creek Boys Knife. Model 142116 in antique yellow jigged bone. And this one is going to be like new in tube with story. And the story in this tube is the Irish Setter too. It's about Lyle's dog Duke. Here's the knife. Oh my, oh my. All steel construction boy's knife. Single spear, long pull, cut swedge. Pull weight, about a 6. Perfect walk and talk. Centering running right down the middle. Condition, like new, in tube, with story. Your price on this one, $135. $135 like it is. $150 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next up, another Great Eastern Cutlery product. This one from the Northfield Unexcelled Premium Pocket Knives line from GEC. Oh, it's just a number 470116 in red linen micarta. Just a 47 Viper that, you know, these are so hard to sell. Nobody wants them. Triple lined nickel silver bolsters. Houndstooth shield, bare end with lanyard tube. Red linen micarta. Blade centering down the middle. Pull weight 7. Great snap. Beautiful. Polished blade. Sterile, no etch. Long cut swedge. Gorgeous Warncliffe blade. 1095 steel. It's a classic. It's like new in the tube. Your price? Wow, too cheap. $220. $220 like it is. $235 with an ApostleP edge. That's in your inventory as GEC Northfield number 47 Viper. Next up, it is another Great Eastern Cutlery knife from the Northfield Premium Pocket Knives line. And you see some kind of a little jester dude down here. This is the number 56 Mardi Gras. Model 562118 in Mardi Gras acrylic. And it comes with a button. Oh, yeah, there's a knife in here too. Check out that little beauty. Look at that. Would ya? Cool kind of little mini gimp shield. Lined and pinched bolsters. The 56 serpentine pattern or dog leg. Got a spear point blade on a cam tang with the Mardi Gras etch, long pull, cut swedge. Pretty nice walk and talk for a cam tang. Centering on the Mardi Gras is very close. I think it favors the right ever so slightly. Yep, like new in the tube with button. I only could find one of these in eBay completed listings. I was kind of curious because I don't think they were a very high production number. One of them sold recently at $261, and that's the only sold listing I could find. This one can be yours though for $210. $210 like it is $225 with an ApostleP edge. That is the GEC Northfield number 56 Mardi Gras. Next up, ooh guys, another GEC, another Northfield. This is a number 748117, a model number near and dear to my heart. Some of you know why. So the 8 designation for blade style means muskrat clip. That makes it a 74 Stallion in Cocobolo. Oh my, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Curved handle trapper pattern. Cloud shield. Triple line bolsters. Polished blade with the Northfield etch. Super long swedge on that clip with a nail neck. Perfect walk and talk. Perfect centering. Pull weight is a 7. Condition is going to be like new in the tube. Doing some pricing research, I could find none. None. No completed listings on eBay. No sold. No idea. That means there aren't many of them, and the guys who have them are hanging on to them. Your price, $220. $220, and then $235 if you like it with an Apostle P edge. That's the GEC number 74 Stallion. Next up, another great Eastern Cutlery Northfield product. This a DLT exclusive, model number 745117. So that's a number 74 Mustang with the drop point blade in smooth oiled bone. The DLT special factory order trademark oak leaf shield, the triple line bolsters, that stunning smooth oiled bone. Curved handle trapper pattern, polished drop point blade with a nail nick and the Mustang etch. Beautiful walk and talk. 7 pull, maybe 7.5. Blade centering down the middle. Condition's going to be like new in the tube. Again, I could find 0 of these trading in this handle material. Looking at other 74 Mustangs, though, I think I got a pretty good grip on its value. Let's just say it's a steal at $210. $210, like it is. And then $225 if you like it with an Apostle P edge. That's in your inventory is GEC Northfield number 74 Mustang. Next up, in our final Great Eastern Cutlery product of the night, another one from the Northfield Unexcelled line of premium pocket knives from GEC. This is a number 782117. That's a 78 American Jack in golden brown jig bone. Golden brown jig bone. Oh, take a look at my favorite knife pattern in the history of GEC. The 78, a full-size jackknife with a man's pull. This one in the single spear configuration. Give you a little look at the blade centering on this one. It's perfect. The pull weight, a 7.5. Long pull, cut, swedge, beautiful spear. Perfect walk and talk. It's like new in the tube. I could only find one exact duplicate in my pricing research of this knife sold on eBay recently. One sold recently at $255. This one can be yours for less. How about $225 like it is? Shipped priority mail. $240 with an Apostle P edge. That's the GEC Northfield number 78 American Jack. Okay, next up, we got a whole bunch of goodies that aren't knives coming up. First, from Rock Scale Design, we've got something kind of interesting. Do you own a Benchmade 940 with a dash, a standoff knife, and you think, man, you know, I'd really like a backspacer, maybe in blue titanium, maybe for a -1, or if you got a -2 and you hate those toxic green standoffs. I'm not sure how good this would look with the Jade G10 M4 knife. Maybe not as bad as you think, I don't know. But yeah, very nicely made, shouldered titanium backspacer for the 940 dash knives from Rock Scale. My consignor paid $42 for this plus shipping. You can have it for $25 shipped priority mail. That's in your inventory as the Rock Scale TI backspacer BM 940 dash. Next up, I told you this yesterday. I really can't believe I can't believe that we're doing this. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be selling used knucks on my knife sale, but I am. The first one, how about it, guys? From Smoke Eater 908, we have a Delrin knuck. A Delrin knuck. So it's made out of black Delrin. CNC machine. Got a lanyard. I'm not sure how you do this. What do you put it like that, and you jab somebody with it? I guess I don't know. I'm not a nut guy. Some of you probably are. The condition, I don't think anybody's ever been cracked in the head with it. It looks pretty new to me. So yeah, little piece of YouTube knife and gear history here from Smoke Eater 908. The Delrin Nuck, $30 shipped priority mail. Next up, we have not one Nuck tonight, but two. Yes, we do. So I have no idea here, guys. From Over Mountain Knife and Tool, Abingdon, Virginia. How do you say that? The Ola Cheatman. So it's a Nuck made out of titanium in a leather sheath or wallet. Yeah, it comes out. I promise it does. Made in titanium with a bottle opener. So is this how you do it? You do it like this? Is that how you do that? Crack them like that, or you do it back? I don't know. I think it's like that. I'm not a knucker. But anyway, yeah. So a titanium Nuck with bottle opener in a little leather wallet from Over Mountain Knife Works, or Knife and Tool. $30 shipped, priority mail. $30. Next up, Zippo time. Zippo time. Where's cutlery lever when you need them? First up, we have a snap-on Zippo. Yes, we do. Near mint. Might have been lit once or twice. Comes with a sleeve in leather for your Bic lighter. Made by Anna Wilczynska. White check leather. The whole package. How about $25 shipped, priority mail. Next up, this is so cool. I sort of want to keep this. It's a Zippo, and it's a custom Zippo. I don't know how they did this, but it's a copper case Zippo, and it's been oxidized in all kinds of ways, and then it's got some little cuts made with like a little Dremel cutoff wheel. It's neat, man. I don't think it's ever lit anything. Maybe it has. Works fine. Isn't that cool? And then we're going to send it with a white check leather Bic lighter sleeve. Okay. The Zippo, I guess it's as customized like new in the Zippo box. The whole shooting match, let's say $25 shipped, priority mail. $25. And this is in your inventory as the custom copper Zippo. Next up, my favorite Zippo of the night, right here. Because, I can't get the lid open. I have such a hard time with these. Look at that, guys. A Bark River Zippo with the distressed finished on the chrome brass case. And look at this. Never been opened. Yep. And it's going to come with a leather sleeve for your Bic lighter from White Check Leather. All that. $35. Like new in the box. Bark River Zippo. Like new in the box with the White Check Leather Bic sleeve. How about that? $35 shipped, priority mail. So that, my friends, is a deal. Okay, brings us to the last item in tonight's sale. It's a watch. It's from Seiko. It is a veritable icon of a watch. The Seiko SRP 777 Turtle. Yep. It is your basic turtle. Your basic turtle. Black dial. Black aluminum bezel. unidirectional, 120 clicks. It's very silky Seiko smooth, and because it's a Seiko, it doesn't line up. It's exactly a quarter second off. Condition, very near mint. Just some very light rubs in the polished surfaces. But that's about it. Mineral crystal, hardlex as Seiko calls it. 4R36 movement with day and date. It does hack and hand wind, so we'll unscrew the screw down crown. We pull it out to the second position, the second hand stops. Hand wind at the all the way in position. Screw down, 200 meter water resistance, professional diver. They wear smaller than they are. Comes with the factory silicone strap, which is a really nice piece of silicone. Got the stainless steel keeper. That does have a couple light little scuffs in it. So it's very near mint in box. Man, if you want an automatic dive watch and you don't want to go broke doing it and you want it to be solid and robust and reliable, here you go. $250 near mint in box for the Seiko SRP 777 Turtle. And that brings us to the end of another weekly sale, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Have at her, boys.